So in the previous part of this course, we have successfully created this wish me function. So what this function does is like it welcomes the user and tell us the current time date and wish us according to the daytime. Like if it is morning, evening, afternoon, so it will accordingly grade us. So let me just try to call this function in the end of the program and show you the output of it.
Welcome back, sir. The current time is 8 hours 42 minutes and 37 seconds. The current date is 14/5/2020. Good evening, sir. Jarvis at your service. Please tell me, how can I help you?
So as you can see, we are successfully able to make this great function. So now from this in this part of the course, we will try to get the command from the user. So for that, we need to install a library which is called speech recognition. So I will just place the command here, so which is pip install speech recognition, and I will hit enter. So it will install it on the system. So it will help us to recognize the voice through our microphone. And let me just give it through our microphone. And for your kind information, it requires continuous internet connection for recognizing the voice. It uses internet for recognition. So please note that you are connected to internet. So let me just import this library. So I will type import speech recognition as SR. So we will create a variable for that. And I will add the command here. So you can use this command to install the library for you. And we will create another function which will be take command. So using this take command function, we will take the command from the user. So in the take command function, first of all, we will create another variable R, which will be equals to sr.recognize. So we are initializing the recognizer in the R variable, and after that we need to use width, and we want to get the input from our user through the microphone. So for that we will type sr.microphone. It is a function, and we will do as source, so it will be our source for the input. And in here we need to print listening, so we can get this on the terminal, so we can see if it is listening for our commands or not. So after that, we want to do r.pause threshold, and we will put it as 1. So it will wait for 1 second, and then it will listen the audio. So whenever we start the program, so it will wait for 1 second, and after that it will start listening to the audio. So after putting the threshold, we will do audio equals to r.listen source. So it will listen to our microphone, as we have mentioned that with sr.microphone as source. So here is the variable source. So we are passing the source variable in the listen function, r.listen function. And after that we need to add a try except block. So we will do try print. If we are getting the input through the microphone and it is successfully able to recognize the voice, so we will first of all try to recognize the thing. So we will type recognizing. So all these things will be printed on our terminal, so we can see if our program is working or not. So it will, after we give it the input through the listen function, it will try to recognize it, and we will create another variable which will be query. So whatever we will give it the input, so we will get it in this variable. So whatever it recognizes, it will go into this variable which is query. So we will do r.recognize Google. So we are going to use Google for recognizing this thing. And first of all, we will pass the audio. So as you can see, we are getting this the voice from the microphone in this audio variable. So we are passing this audio variable, whatever we said, and we will set the language of this to English. So let me just type EN-IN. So it will be English India. So after that we will print whatever we said. So we want this thing to be printed on here. So we want to print the query. So that's it for this, and we will create an exception. So if any error occurs or if it is not unable to recognize this thing. So we will do exception as the, and in here what we will do is print the exception what we are getting, and that's it for now. So let me just try to add another thing, which is we want if the this thing works in the try block, so we want to return the query. So we will be returning the query, so we can use this query in a further in our program whenever we need. For example, we want to give it a command to turn on lights or do a specific thing like send email and all that things. So we need this query in the for the program which we are going to code. So we are going to return this query, and if and it gets exception, so we are going to return nothing. So we are going to return none. And we can also add call our speak function here. So if our AI assistant is unable to what we can say recognize the command which we said, so we can add say that again please. So it will ask us to say that thing again. So let me just try to save this program, and in the end of this program I will call the take command function. So let me just try to call this function and save it, and let's just try to run this thing and see if it is able to like get the. Also we need to add a comma here between these two things, so it will not give us any error. So now let's just try to run this thing and see if it is able to recognize our voice or not. So let me just save it and run it. Hello, this is test. So as you can see, it is able to recognize our voice and give us the output that is hello, this is test. So it requires an internet connection for recognizing these things. So in the next videos, we are going to use this query which we are getting through this take command function and try to perform some operations on our Jarvis AI assistant, like sending emails, and many more things are coming up. So stay tuned with the course. So let's move to the next section of this course.